Guests, judges, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. I'm Gracia, Ankit, Christina, Amin, Fabi. We are delighted to present you our innovative business called Bricks. Have you ever thought about your future from your waste? Khan lives in a village in India. His father is a farmer who has only $1 per day. His mother cooks a meal with a stove fired by coal. His brothers can't study because of lack of money and educational infrastructure. He always complains of his life, especially a bunch of organic waste and pollution from small kitchen. But now we will try and we will do to change their waste into a valuable knowledge and investment for better education. As you can see in the slide, we propose to turn rural organic waste into a low-emitting substitute of fossil fuels. So-called briquettes can produce locally by the villagers by means crushing and pressing with low-tech devices. The briquettes will be used for the villagers, and we will sell the briquettes for the industries. And the profit will be reinvested for villagers for educational infrastructure and local empowerment. Then we create environmental sustainability and social impact by creating eco-friendly heating materials for villagers and better education for their children's future.
I assume not everybody here is familiar with what briquettes are, so I'm going to quickly introduce it to you. Briquettes are also often called white coal. They can be made of renewable source, that is organic waste, and they can be processed by very low-tech technologies. They only have to be crushed and pressed into briquettes. Briquettes have a caloric value that is comparable to that of coal. The advantages of briquettes are evident. They are produced from a source that is available for free. When burned, it emits very low carbon dioxide, and the amount of smoke is only 1/4 compared to that of coal. It has a low ash content and is easy in handling and storage. It is eligible to carbon credit. We have come up with this idea of a self-sustainable system. It starts out in an Indian village where an unemployed youth collects the waste from the village household and farms. With the easy-to-handle machines that we install there, they can then make briquettes. Each village can produce about 300 kilograms of briquettes per day, half of which will be used in the households in the village themselves. The remaining half will be picked up by an economic commercial vehicle called a Tata Ace, which was developed in India. The vehicle collects 1.2 tons of briquettes every day, visiting 10 villages or more on its tour. It delivers the briquettes to an industry that uses them to fuel their boilers. The money earned from the sales of the briquettes help provide education and infrastructure in villages. For our social impact, over the years we will save 1 billion tons of resources, 1 billion tons of emissions will be stopped. We will create decent jobs and opportunities, and we will improve educational infrastructure in Indian villages.
For our business development model and customer acquisition strategy, to acquire customers, we have to reach the community centers and the opinion leaders. Our suppliers in organic waste are the villages households, agriculture, industries, also municipals. We get the revenue from villagers who use the briquettes for cooking and heating. We also get the revenue from industries and from households and commercials. Our costs are in equipment for the machines, the logistics in the transportation for the vehicles, the salaries for people who are making the briquettes, Also in sales and marketing and R&D. We target to reach 12,000 villages in the 5th year. In case of households, they need to use half the amount of wood they usually burn for the same price. Our product has low ash content. Also for industries, when they buy our product, they save tax benefits and have carbon credits. In comparison of wood or coal, we provide briquettes with low price. That's because we don't buy the raw material as other industries do. Because the villagers make it themselves from the waste. Also the biomass briquettes are 40% more efficient than raw material. 100 tons of briquettes being manufactured by each village every year. Those briquettes are sold $120 per ton to the industries in India. This business has really low gestation and payback period. We reinvest the profits for the educational infrastructure in the villages themselves. The net profit goes up to $27 million US. So if you can see, just scaling up to 12,000 villages, about 2% of the villages in India, we are saving billion kgs of emissions and fossil fuels.
Okay, let me shortly introduce you about our growth and scaling program because we're running out of time. So, for becoming a 1 billion project, once our system is implemented in a local area, local authorities will become aware of it, and therefore it is important to have a strong network of local opinion leaders. We have already spoken to the governor of the the Global Economic Network of India, who's going to support us. We start by implementing the project in India and plan to expand to another countries and regions. To this purpose, we have already researched the market in China and Africa. Finally, our target is to sell 50% of the produced briquettes in the Western world as barbecue briquettes at a higher price. Therefore, we have the chance to cooperate with Rewe, the famous big supermarket company in Germany, and also British Petrol, which provides us both a huge sales and distribution network. Furthermore, Rewe really wants to invest in such a program in India because they want to expand their school program to India. Okay, I think that's it.
It sounds like people in these villages would know that there's organic waste. They must see it. What is the number one reason why an idea which seems so good and clear is at the moment not being implemented?
Maybe they don't know of the benefits that they can get from these briquettes, from making these briquettes. And they don't have this infrastructure as well. Generally, briquettes are manufactured by high-end industries. They use their waste. Using the automated machines, they generate tons of material every day. And these low-tech devices are not really used in villages as of now. And moreover, they easily get the firewood and all from the local forest or some areas. So they don't really. I don't think they will, work for something that they don't know the benefits.
So you showed us the impact you can do with waste, but you also have some costs, like till now probably you use the waste for fertilizer and other things, and so you don't have this waste anymore. Did you calculate the cost against the impact and made some comparison?
Related to biomass? With respect to biomass, when the biomass is used in the raw state to produce energy, it gives say X amount of energy. Then this, if the same biomass is converted to briquette and then used for producing energy, it will give at least 2 times energy. So this is much more beneficial than using it in the raw state.
I have one question. You say that you are going to give these machines to press the briquettes in the village. That may put you out of the game. Once they learn how to do it, why they should keep partnering you, how you are going to still keep yourself in the game?
Because the briquettes that they produce, half of them or maybe a certain amount of that, they will need to sell it to some outside companies, to some industries. So we'll be the middleman where they can drop us, they can give the briquettes to us and we'll supply it to the industries.
But they can do it also then, so they organize and they start doing without you. So you just need to check that.
Actually, per village, we can have maximum 300 kgs per day. So, and industries need more. So you have to create a huge network between the villages to supply the industries, and we are creating this huge network. They can't just provide industries like that.
Is there any other question?
Okay, one more, allowed. You had a long list of social impact things. Which one is the most important one in your eyes that we could identify your project with? Okay, could you give some numbers on that?
Actually, for the second, billion tons of emissions are stopped. For 1 kg of organic waste diverted from the landfill, you got 1 kg of GHG emissions stopped. So it has a huge impact on the environment. Also for the coasts, people in villages are saving because for they buy 1 kg of firewood, 4 cents, and if we provide them the 1 kg of briquettes, they also buy them 4 cents, but they have the double of energy, so they are saving half what they pay usually for the firewood. So it's more like saving money and also saving stopping emissions.